Hello everyone, my name is David. Welcome to today's class. Today we're going to be talking about hackers. I'm really excited for this lesson. I hope you are too. Let's begin! In the early days of the internet, people considered hackers to be low-life criminals. The image of a hacker was someone in a dark, secret hideout surrounded by wires, blinking lights, and computer screens with endless lines of code. People thought hackers were only interested in stealing money and wreaking havoc using the internet. The cultural understanding of a hacker has evolved in recent years as computer technology has slowly made life more convenient for common people. More and more people choose to self-identify as hackers, especially since jobs in the computer technology industry are well paid and looking for people with hacking skills. Looking closer at this mysterious subgroup of people, we will analyze what the different kinds of hackers are and what these different hackers do. We will also look at some high-profile hacking incidents which captured attention in the international news media and explore hacker culture. To get rid of the stereotypical images, let's define the noun hacker. According to Wikipedia, a hacker is any skilled computer user that uses their technical knowledge to overcome a problem. This is a very wide definition, which includes a lot of different people. To help us try to understand, we can use martial arts as a metaphor. There are several different forms of martial arts, such as Kung Fu, Karate, Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, or boxing. Each have different techniques, rules, and clothing. Similarly, different types of hackers have different programming languages, equipment, and objectives. People who are skilled in martial arts have the power to harm people very effectively. However, most martial artists don't use their skills for personal gain. Martial arts teach skills to be used for self-defense, or to defend someone who cannot defend themselves. With great power comes great responsibility. Similar to martial arts, some hackers may use their skills for personal gain, while others use their skills for the greater good of society. This is how hackers are divided into different categories, based on their morality. There are three kinds of hackers: black hat, white hat, and gray hat. The significance of the hats are taken from American cowboy movies, known as westerns. Since the 1920s, the convention is that the good guy wears a white hat and wants to protect innocent people and fight for the greater good. The bad guy wears a black hat, who breaks the law for their personal gain. The white hat versus black hat duality has become a widely accepted symbol of good versus evil. In the popular television drama Westworld, people select what clothing they would like to wear before entering a simulation of the Wild West of an American Western movie. Each person gets to choose to wear a white hat or a black hat. Their choice of hats reflects whether they want to be good or evil in the simulation. White hat hackers are also called ethical hackers because they respect the rule of law and follow a moral code of right and wrong. These people try to make the internet safer for individuals and businesses to use. Many white hat hackers work for computer security companies and spend most of their time defending against black hat hackers. Black hat hackers are people who use their computer skills to commit crimes for personal gain. Cybercrime is seen as lower risk than real-life crime, since skilled hackers can conceal their identity and stay hidden. So, as for the gray hat, you can probably guess what it is now. The gray hat is not found in Western movies, but is a term created to represent hackers who are neither white hat nor black hat. These hackers are similar to mercenaries, who are soldiers that fight for whichever side will pay the most. Mercenaries are only motivated by money, not honor or glory. Like mercenaries, gray hat hackers are not motivated to do the right thing, but they also don't want to commit crimes if it's not necessary. Sometimes companies will pay more money for their skills than they would get by doing illegal things. Now that we know the three moral categories of hacker, let's look at some examples of what these different hackers do. Black hat hackers often try to take over control of an individual's online accounts, such as a bank account or social media. This way, they can either transfer the victim's money to their account or use the victim's social media accounts to ask the victim's friends and family to send them money. More skilled black hat hackers may try to take control of the computer network of a business. A common technique is to lock the business owner out of their own accounting files so that they cannot conduct business. The business owner must pay the hacker money to unlock their files. Since the hacker has already seen the company's financial information, they know the perfect amount that the business can afford to pay. This is called ransomware, and when it happens to a large company or to a government, it may make news headlines. One thing that student black hackers might do is access their teacher's computer to change their grades. Teachers may not realize how skilled their students are with technology, and they must be very careful to keep their information secure. In one case, a teacher left her cell phone on her desk in the classroom. After giving her class of grade 8 students an assignment to complete, she talked to a student in the hallway. A male student in the class went to her desk, figured out the password, and unlocked the teacher's cell phone. The student then looked through the teacher's files and found intimate photos of her and her husband. He emailed these photos to his friends, who quickly shared the photos with most of the students in the school. The teacher was fired the next day for bringing inappropriate pictures into the classroom. The student was given a light punishment for disobeying the teacher's instruction to do the assignment. This story went on the news and became a hot topic of debate. Many people were wondering, how did the student figure out the teacher's password? Since the teacher protected her phone with a password, did she do anything wrong? Another way black hat hackers try to gain access into someone's private information is to use social engineering techniques. These are ways to try and trick people into giving away their secret passwords or confidential information willingly. An example of a social engineering attack would be an official-looking email with important information about your bank account. The email will provide you with a link to your bank's webpage to log in. However, the link takes you to a slightly different web address that looks the same as your bank's webpage. If you are fooled and you enter your account number and password, this information will go directly to the hackers. The victims of this scam are socially engineered to surrender their banking information willingly. The previous examples are just the tip of the iceberg of what black hat hackers can do. In order to try to stay one step ahead, white hat hackers need to learn all of the methods and tricks of black hat hackers. Many white hat hackers work for computer security companies, where they try to protect their clients from black hat hackers. Ideally, white hat hackers want to figure out ways to break into different security networks before the black hat hackers do, and fix the vulnerability before it's too late. Sometimes, several white hat hackers will work together as a red team. In this team, they will take on the role of black hat hackers and try to break into their own company's network. If the red team is successful, they will fix the vulnerability to prevent potential disasters before they happen. White hat hackers may also work for a government intelligence agency in order to look for potential security threats, such as terrorism. This is among the most prestigious and sought-after jobs for white hat hackers. However, they are highly unlikely to be recognized for their contribution to public safety, since they must keep their job a secret, even from their own family. A common strategy for gray hat hackers is to first figure out an important weakness that black hackers can use. For example, finding a way to break into the security network of a large company. They will then reveal this weakness to the highest bidder. This way, they give the company a chance to fix their mistake, just like a white hat hacker. However, if the company is not willing to pay, then they can sell the hack to a black hat hacker. This constant battle between black hat, gray hat, and white hat hackers might not be such a bad thing for the internet. Consider our immune system, where germs and diseases enter the body and use our vulnerabilities to make us sick. Thankfully, our body quickly identifies the disease, figures out how to kill it, and fixes the weak spot so that we don't ever catch the same sickness again. This similarity is why the term computer virus was first used in 1985. The term explains to common people how a software program can infect a computer and cause damage. Similar to diseases, the most serious hacking incidents become famous. Let's look at some of the most notorious incidents in hacking history. Arguably the most notorious hacking incident occurred in May of 2017, where a cyber attack called WannaCry infected computers around the world. 300,000 computers in 150 countries were locked out, with each computer requiring $300 American to unlock. Many large corporations, universities, regional governments, and individuals around the world were affected. Some of the victims include PetroChina, Sun Yat-sen University, FedEx, Renault, Honda, the Saudi Telecom Company, Russian Railways, as well as many, many others. One especially worrying victim of the attack was the National Health Service of England, the largest single-payer healthcare system in the world. The attack caused 6,900 appointments to be cancelled, causing chaos in hospitals around the country. This attack showed how ordinary people going about their daily lives can be affected by hackers. In our course, John, the owner of a small business, was the victim of a cyber attack. To his horror, he found that a large amount of money was missing from one of the accounts. There had been a large withdrawal earlier that morning, more than $75,000. He then discovered that the money had been wired to an account in another country. So not only did the IT guy get the access code for the safe, but he also got the login information for the bank. Another very famous hacking incident happened when an individual exposed the unethical hacking activities of the government of the United States of America. Edward Snowden was a very talented employee of the American Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, who was given top security clearance. During his work, he realized how the surveillance procedures that the CIA used were violating the privacy of American citizens without their knowledge. Snowden discovered that the CIA acted maliciously towards people around the world in several ways. CIA employees regularly watched people who were not accused or suspected of any crime, even while getting undressed. Many employees said this was simply one of the perks of the job. These employees had access to any device connected to the internet anywhere in the world, even if the device was shut off. The CIA would find out some embarrassing information about influential people or their families. In order to keep the information a secret, the victim would be forced to leak intelligence to the CIA. Leaking intelligence may put these influential people's lives in danger if people find out they have been betrayed. Edward Snowden thought he was hired as a white hat hacker, but he realized that what the CIA required him to do was against his morals. He decided to reveal what he knew to the world. He went to Hong Kong, where he met with journalists from the respected newspaper, The Guardian, to reveal secret documents he collected. These documents were proof that the American government was hacking into regular people's computers and violating their privacy. After The Guardian's breaking news report went viral, Edward Snowden fled to Moscow, Russia, to avoid being arrested by the CIA. After arriving in Moscow, the American government canceled his passport, making him unable to travel to any other country. For several weeks, he was stuck in the Moscow airport until finally the Russian government granted him asylum. Asylum is protection given to someone by a government who has escaped from war or political trouble in their own country. Edward Snowden is now living in an unknown location in Russia and will likely never return to his homeland of America. The act of revealing the witnessed wrongdoings of an authority such as a business or government is called whistleblowing. The leaked information provided by Snowden led to public awareness of the American government's behavior and their ability to spy on anyone. Debates were raised about what privacy means in the digital world. Snowden bravely defended people's right to privacy, but also revealed many American national secrets to the world. This is why some people call him a traitor, while others think of him as a hero. Another effect of Edward Snowden's story published in the news was that many people became interested in hacker culture. Hackers share a deep interest in computer science and technology. For many years, these people have been able to communicate with each other through the internet. This allows anyone to participate in the culture, regardless of age, gender, or location in the world. The only thing required is internet access and strong knowledge of computer technology. The focus of hacking culture is the challenge to overcome the limitations of software to achieve clever and useful things that haven't been done before. If an individual hacker figures out a new solution to a problem and shares their finding online, they will gain respect from other hackers. Technology companies usually hire hackers and would benefit by understanding hacker culture. This is why many tech companies, such as LuliShaw, will host a hackathon. A hackathon is the combination of hack and marathon. Hackathons give programmers the freedom to experiment with their own ideas and innovate without the limitations usually placed on them. While some ideas may fail, other ideas may be groundbreaking. For example, Facebook's like button was first created during a hackathon. If you are interested in hacker culture and want to learn how to hack, check out hackthisSite.org. This is a website and community devoted to computer security education. They have several hacking challenges which can teach you the basics of how to hack. With more elements of our daily lives on the internet, we are becoming more vulnerable to cyber attacks. For this reason, we should all take precautions to protect ourselves online. When it comes to our personal information, it is better to be overly cautious than careless. In the world of hackers, knowledge is power. Hackers are ranked by their intelligence and skill, so learning is the way to rise to the top. The most important question a hacker must face is which hat to wear. Now let's take a quick look back at what we've learned today. In the first part, different types of hackers, we learned that based on their morality, hackers can be divided into 3 different categories: black hat, white hat, and gray hat. Then we discussed about what different hackers do. For example, black hat hackers often use their computer skills to commit crimes, while many white hat hackers work for computer security companies and protect their clients. In the second part, we looked at some of the most notorious incidents in hacking history, such as WannaCry and the whistleblower Edward Snowden. In the final part, we gave a short introduction of hacker culture. If after learning today's lesson, you start to grow interest in hacker culture and want to learn how to hack, it would be a good idea to learn more about Hackathon and check out hackthisSite.org. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!